Good morning. It is Saturday and it's a pretty rainy day actually. Even though it's still so warm. I think outside is supposed to be 20 degrees, but inside the house is 27. So I'm in a strappy top and little skirt because I feel like it's definitely warmer than 20 degrees outside. It feels it anyway. But yeah, so I thought I'd do a bit of a different vlog for you today. We are gonna pop and get some croissants, not for breakfast. I've already had my breakfast. But I found we have the Country Comfort cookbook from Harry BEAVIS? Yeah, Harry BEAVIS. And in there she's got a recipe for chocolate and hazelnut croissants in kind of like a bread pudding style. And it sounded delicious. So I think we're gonna pop to Lidl because Lidl have a really good bakery section. And I think we're gonna get some croissants and make that for dessert for tea. And then we're also gonna do a steak ragu, which apparently takes about 2.5 hours to cook. We'll see. We'll see how today goes. So it's gonna be a baking / clothes clear out vlog for you guys today. I hope you enjoy. The humidity today is insane. I've literally gone to lie down for like an hour because I was getting a headache. I don't know if anybody else gets headaches during like weather changes, but yeah, I didn't feel good. So I've had a nap so that I can make tea and feel a little bit better. Right, so we're doing a pinch of num, and it's the beef ragu. So hopefully it'll look something like this. Right, so season the meat well with salt and pepper, spray a large saucepan with cooking spray, which I don't have. I don't ever buy cooking spray. I don't like it, to be quite honest. I'd rather just use some oil. One thing we do need to buy is like vegetable oil, because all we have is olive oil at the moment. Fry off for about 10 minutes until browned. When the meat is browned, add the veg and saute for another couple of minutes. Then add all the rest of the ingredients apart from the pasta and pale barley. Mix well, pop a lid on the saucepan and simmer for about an hour. So that's what we're going to do. So what do I need to prepare? I need to chop an onion, a carrot, a courgette, mushrooms, garlic. Oh, there's quite a lot I need to prepare. Okay, let's start with the beef. This is going to give me a chance to show you the fancy knives that we have. They're very nice knives. I love them. Oh, why has he done that? Why is that there? So we got this set from COOKBOOK, and it's a little leather case. I'm going to roll these out and show you what they look like. This is the gorgeous knife set. How lovely and stunning are they? Right, what kind of knife? I'll probably use this one. So these are the COOKBOOK Nyon, German stainless steel. I have no idea if you can read that at all, but they've got a nice wooden handle, and they've got their sort of stamp on the bottom as well. They're gorgeous. They're very, very sharp, so definitely something to be careful of when we're using these. Alright, bit of salt and pepper. Okay, so that beef is not going to take very long to cook at all, which is great. Yeah, I just need that for now. So I feel like, by the way, don't come at me for how I'm using the peeler. I'm doing it this way because I don't want to get my fingers in the way, and the amount of times I have sliced my finger with something, it's just not worth it. So, plus this is the smoothest peeler. I have no idea where Danny got these from, but they're fantastic. I feel like you got it from one of the supermarkets, but I don't know which one. But honestly, highly recommend. It's probably the best peeler I've ever used. Now, I need to dice this. Finely diced. I've never finely diced a carrot. I usually just do them in chunks. How do you dice a carrot? We're really putting my cooking skills to challenge here. Let's see how I do. Obviously, I'm just a home cook, so I don't have any sort of professional advice. I've not done a cooking course or anything. The last thing I did was, you know, when you go to, when you're at school and you do your little technology courses, and obviously cooking is one of them. I think that's the last time I had any kind of cooking instruction. I hope this is finely diced enough. I think it will be. So this steak is like a 2.5 hour kind of cook. So essentially you chuck everything in, you let it sort of simmer for about an hour, and then you do something else. I haven't read that far, but I also need a courgette. And I need some mushrooms. And I think I definitely need a nice cold glass of water because of that headache. Oh, the beef is cooking so nicely. Do you peel a courgette? I don't think so. I think it just says dice it. So that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna dice it. Chop it in half first. Oh, that's just a bit of carrot. You know when you see something on another piece of food and you're like, what is that? I feel like mushrooms are the worst because they all have they usually have a bit of dirt on them in some way, shape or form. Right. See if we can dice this decently. Absolutely fantastic knives, by the way. Like I said, they were from ProCook, so they weren't necessarily cheap. They are very good knives. We did buy a knife sharpener as well for them. But I will leave Danny to do that. It's funny, he's not really a cook. He has loads of cookbooks, but he was like, yeah, I get really stressed out when I cook. I think he doesn't really like having to concentrate on multiple things at a time. So, unless it's kind of like a one-pan situation or like a tray bake, he just gets a little bit stressed out. So, it's really funny that he owned a load of cookbooks, and then when we were looking at knives, he really, really, really wanted a lovely knife set. He's an amazing chopper. But he cooked last night's tea, so I'm cooking tonight's tea. I also picked out this recipe because I wanted to try it. And it's funny because I wanted to try it, and then I looked at how long we got all the ingredients and everything, and then I looked at how long it takes to cook, and I was like, oh, it's a 2.5 hour job. That sounds like a Saturday task. So that is why I'm doing this on Saturday. I feel like some of these little chunks are a bit big for a dicing job. So I'm just giving them a little extra chop. There we go. Hopefully this meal tastes lovely. 150 grams of mushrooms, thinly sliced. Right, let me just wash this, and then I can pour the veggies in here. I do this. I pour myself a glass of water, and then I don't even drink anything. There we go. By the way, my mum got us these Mason Cash bowls, and I'm absolutely obsessed with them. She got us this one and a slightly larger one, plus some little measuring cups and measuring spoons, and they've all got the same colour scheme, and they're absolutely gorgeous, and I love them. Right, let's turn this down. Might take this off the heat, actually. That might be the easiest thing to do, because I'm not finished chopping my veggies. I was coming down here for something. What was I coming down here for? Oh, a colander. Because I need to now wash the mushrooms. That's going to have the beef stock. Then I've got some spices, so I'm going to need some spoons. I need, is this beef stock? Let me see, is this beef stock? Yes. Sometimes they call for vegetable stock, so I like to double check that I'm getting the right stock first. So we've got 2 cubes dissolved in 300 mils of water. We've got oregano, basil. Is it oregano or is it oregano? Which one's American, which one's British? I don't know. Okay, so that's the beef stock. It's going to go in here. This one. Need to boil the kettle. Let's give that a stir. So obviously this is not going to be like a hey, check out my recipe, here's a new thing, or anything. I'm literally just cooking something from a cookbook, and I've never tried the recipe. If you're thinking of getting the Pinch of Nom cookbook, I have tried a couple of recipes from a couple of the books so far, and they've been fantastic. Absolutely loved them. So this is, I'm just doing this one live. We get to try it, I would say together, but you're not really tasting it. Sorry. But yeah, if you're interested in the Pinch of Nom cookbook, hopefully this shows you how easy something is to prepare, and it's really quite simple. You just chop everything up and like cook things at different stages, and that's it. And the difficult part of this is that you do need a day when you have 2.5 hours to spare so that you can let it cook. That's going to be the difference. And when people are preparing tea, they're not tea, dinner, whatever. They don't always have that amount of time to spare. Right, so we're going in with the stock. So that's that. Now I need the passata. Chuck that in. I'm hoping this is going to taste absolutely amazing. I'm hoping. Right, so I need 2 teaspoons of each. 1 teaspoon of Worcester sauce. By the way, if anybody is listening from another country and doesn't know how to say that, it's Worcestershire. Worcestershire sauce. Sometimes I just say Worcester. I know it's Worcestershire, but sometimes I cheat and I say Worcester. Right, so I've got a teaspoon here. Oh, so if you watched one of my other videos where we were doing a bit of a setup, these are my spice jars, and they come with a shaker, but they also pop off super easy. So if you need to get a spoon in there to grab your ingredients, it's really easy. Right, so we've got 2 teaspoons of each of these. That's 2. 1 teaspoon. Sorry if this is really clanging on audio. My God, I'm looking for another spoon and it's the same spoon. So 1 teaspoon of Worcester sauce. There we go. So not a huge amount of that. And then 2 tablespoons of tomato puree. So these were the other ones that my mum got me. I'll have to come around there and show you. How cute are they? They've got a cute little heart on them, and it tells you which one it is on the bag. My mum's never going to watch this, but thanks, Mum. I kind of hope she watches it, but I don't know if she will. She's not really a YouTube person. She's a live TV person. Because the last 3 ingredients are literally pearl barley, fettuccine, and parmesan. So I will show you a quick look. I'll give you a sneak peek of what it's looking like, because it looks delicious already. Like a look at that. We've got carrot, onion, courgette, mushrooms, steak, and then all the herbs and spices. Actually, there's no spices, there's just herbs. But we've got the passata, the beef stock, the puree, oregano, basil, Worcester sauce, garlic. That's everything in there. And it's going to sit and stew for an hour. And then I'll come back to it. Okay, so this has been cooking for an hour and a half. About half an hour ago, I added the pearl barley, and that's absorbed like a lot of the liquid. Look at that. How amazing does that look? Danny's already grabbed a bit of bread, fresh bread, and he buttered it so that he could dip it into the ragu. I'll put it this way, he loved it so much he came in and gave me the biggest kiss because he thinks it smells amazing. Okay, so now I need to boil the water so that we can do the pasta, and we need 200 grams. I don't have fettuccine. I have one that I can't pronounce. Manfredine? I don't know what that says. Manfredine? It's that sort of like bubbly pasta. So I have that one. Oh no, that's the same thing. That's just a new packet. Okay. So let me weigh this out. And how do you weigh flat pasta? I guess I'll use the chopping board. That's probably the best way to do this. So the 200 grams. So this recipe serves 4 people, by the way. Oh, that's pretty much the rest of this packet. That's amazing. Oh, fantastic. That is exactly 210 grams. Amazing. Okay, so the other thing we're gonna do, we're gonna have some garlic bread with this because I was in the mood for garlic bread. And when we we're looking at the recipe, I think it said like it's optional to serve a bit of garlic bread with it. I can't see that on the recipe, but he told me that we could serve garlic bread, so I'm gonna be really cheap. Okay, I really want to be able to make my own bread at some point, but I need to A, learn, and B, I need to get the right tools for it. So until I can make my own bread, we're going with the cheap garlic bread. But this is the Chicago Town Tiger Crust garlic bread, and it's cheesy. I love a cheesy garlic bread. I definitely have had nights where that is literally what I've had for tea. Okay, so this is going to be a fan oven, 200 for about 15 minutes. Perfect. While we're waiting for this to boil, and the water to boil for the pasta, do you guys want to see Daisy? Because she looks really cute. Look at this cute baby. Can you spy her toe beans? Her little back, I don't know why her back leg is so far up there and the other one's like over here. Hi, Daisy. Daisy, look at the camera. No, okay. Okay, I'm gonna say this is probably about ready now. It smells amazing. So I'm gonna take everything, well, I'm gonna take the garlic bread out of the oven, and I'm gonna take the pasta, serve it up, and then put the ragu on top. That was amazing. Highly recommend. Pinch of naan, beef ragu. Loved it. Definitely make it. It was delicious. So I'm definitely going to be tagging that recipe because I'll make that again for sure. I think on the following pages there's like some alternatives. So if you do buy the cookbook and do the beef ragu, just check out the alternatives. I don't know what they are, but I'll probably look at that next time. Okay, so this dish, it's like 9:45, and I am making dessert. But we are making the chocolate and hazelnut croissant pudding from Harry BEAVIS. That's right, yeah, Harry BEAVIS. It's the Country Comfort Cookbook, and I'm hoping it's going to look a little something like this. Now it says 8, so I'm going to have to try and remember to halve the recipe because me and Danny are only 2 people, and half is 3 croissants divided by 2. I think I can manage that kind of portion size. So I don't know about 8. I feel like that's a bit skimpy for 6 croissants. So that would probably be quite a small dessert. We like dessert in this family, so let's get cracking. Okay, so we've already greased the oven-proof dish, and because I'm halving the ingredients, I'm only going to put in 3 croissants. I'm only going to get 3 croissants in this because this is actually quite small. So if you're going to do this, get a bigger oven-proof dish. I don't really have one, so we're working with what we got. Okay, so lay the croissants in, put the eggs and everything into a bowl or jug and whisk until smooth. So I'm just going to put that onto one side. Right, so we've got 2 medium eggs. Uno. Dos. Okay, so 2 medium eggs, 4 tablespoons of light brown sugar. So this is what I'm only gonna need. This is gonna be messy. I think I need a jar for this. Right, what I'm gonna do, because this is the first time I'm opening the sugar, I'm actually gonna tip it into here because otherwise I'm gonna get sugar granules everywhere.
It might not be too bad, but let's just see. I don't know about you guys, but sugar just smells amazing, especially brown sugar. Oh, I just got an amazing whiff of it there. Okay, so 2 tablespoons because we're not doing the full recipe. So it's 1, 2. That shall do. Okay, I'll put a lid on that in a moment. So 250 mils of whole milk. So I need 125. Why do we have 4 pints? Where did he get 4 pints from? So I don't know where he got 4 pints of milk from because we've made all the other recipes that we were going to make that we'd planned for. And this is only... Do I need more milk somewhere else? I'm so confused. Okay, so 125. So about there. Okay. And I need 125 of double cream. Oh, why is this open? Did we use cream for something? Oh. It's okay, I remember what we used the cream for. We used the cream for the steak that we had last night, which was also amazing. And that one was Danny, that was all Danny. Okay, so my cream, 2 teaspoons of, is that a teaspoon? That's half a teaspoon. Okay, so 2 teaspoons, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. When you're buying vanilla extract, by the way, you can either buy vanilla flavoring, which is, as far as I'm aware, artificial, or you can buy vanilla extract. Vanilla extract is always going to be more expensive, but it's the better option, I feel. And 4 tablespoons of Nutella. Do you know what I love even more about the Nutella? It's the kid that spells Nutella. And he goes N-U-T-E-L-L-A. And what does it spell? Peanut butter! I absolutely love that kid. You know, he's one of those kids where you're like, well, what's he doing now? Oh my god, it looks so good. I think that's pretty much the jar of Nutella done. I'm gonna whisk this though. I'm gonna whisk this because I've got eggs in there. Okay. It says melted. Yeah, I forgot to melt it. Right, so whisk until smooth. Right, so I don't need that at all. I don't know why I even picked that up. Okay, so I'm gonna whisk this until smooth. Sprinkle half the chocolate chips and hazelnuts over the croissants. Pour the custard mix, and then add in the remaining chocolate chips and hazelnuts. Check that out. That is looking amazing. Okay, I think that's whisked enough. Okay, so we've got this. Sprinkle some of these over. How much chocolate? It says 200 grams, so I need 100 grams. How much is this? Perfect. That is 100 grams, guys. That did not sprinkle very well at all. I wonder if this would be better with these cut open. I think, yeah. Do you know what? BEAVIS, I'm sorry, we're gonna cut open these guys because we're going rogue. And do you know what I'm gonna do? This. I'm gonna put that in there. There we go. Right. That's in there, okay? And now we're gonna pour this. Oh my god, look at this. That is a lot of custard, guys. And that was only half the recipe. I'm gonna sprinkle a few more hazelnuts and some more chocolate. Do you know what? I'm starting to see where this is supposed to be for 8 people, because this looks like it's gonna be actually quite a lot for 2 people. This looks amazing. Let's get it in the oven. Okay, so that's in the oven and we're gonna let that cook for about 20 minutes and I will see you when it's done. Oh my god, this smells incredible. Oh my god, look at that. Looks good, doesn't it?
Yep.
Right. Oh my god, I'm gonna see if I can just chop this. I put the chocolate chips and the hazelnuts inside it too. Okay, we got a bit of Mackey's ice cream. Let's try a little bit. Oh my god. Oh, that's so good. Okay, we're skipping to Monday morning because I failed to vlog anything on Sunday. I didn't end up doing my clothing. I didn't go through my closet yet, my wardrobe. So that's gonna be done. Hopefully, I'm gonna try and do some of it tonight, but we're going out for tea tonight. But that dessert that I made, the croissant one, oh my god, it was amazing. Highly recommend. I haven't tried much else in the cookbook. I've only tried the chicken tray bake. And I did really enjoy it, but I felt like it could do with a lot more flavour, so I'll do that next time, and probably a bit less veggies, but it was still really nice. But that croissant dessert was so good. My parents are actually coming over this week because I need to go through everything with Daisy with them, like where her food is, how often she's going to get fed. I'm going to set up like a little automatic feeder for her because she does get fed in the morning and in the evening. So I thought, well, I'll set up an automatic feeder for her and then my parents can just sort of like check in on her, you know, empty her litter box, spend some time with her, and then I'll maybe leave at least one meal that they can give her in the evening. But I'm gonna make the dessert for them because like we still don't have a dining table, so I can't really serve dinner, but I can definitely do a dessert and they can enjoy that. So I'm gonna make that again this week. So yeah, definitely recommend. I think I've already thought of some ways that I could change it up and make the recipe a little bit different and do variations. So at some point I'll definitely try those. But for now, I'm actually gonna sit and read before work. So I got a new book recently. Actually, I think I got it a good couple, 2 or 3 months ago. I say recent. There's so many books in my bookcase that I haven't read yet, and I think I get stuck in the, oh, I really want to finish this, I really want to finish this before I move on to another book. But I just got to the point where I was like, I need something light and easy to read. So I'm actually taking this to work and reading a little bit at work because the chapters are really, really short. Actually, no, sorry, the chapters aren't short. It's, it keeps changing perspective. So it changes from the, I think from the man to the woman as the main characters. It keeps switching between them. So even though it's not the end of the chapter, I can read just maybe like somewhere between 2 and 5 pages of that perspective within that chapter, and then it pauses.
So it's a nice sort of breaking point, which makes it really easy to read on my lunch break because I don't feel like I have to get through a massive chapter. But it's from David Nichols. So he's the guy that wrote One Day. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. He wrote One Day. That was that famous movie with is it Anne Hathaway in it? Am I right? Hi, Daisy. Yeah, that movie was incredible. I loved it. I didn't end up reading the book. It's on my list. One day I'll read one day. Hopefully I'll read it at some point. But this came out and I absolutely love the cover because I have a thing for hardbacks. And this is gorgeous because it has a cutout. So this is your little location pin cut out, and then it's got a map on the inside. So I loved the cover. I thought it was so pretty. I saw that it was written by David Nichols and I thought, yeah, that's a book I want to pick up. Yeah, so far so good. I'm really enjoying it. It's about a couple, sorry, they're not a couple, but I think they might end up being, I don't know yet. Maybe they just end up being good friends. So I'll read you the blurb just so that you've got an idea. I'm only this far in, guys, so I have absolutely no idea if they end up as a couple or not. So I'm not giving you any spoilers. This is just my assumption. So Marnie is stuck. She's stuck working alone in her London flat, stuck battling the long afternoons and a life that often feels like it's passing her by. Michael is coming undone, reeling from his wife's departure, increasingly reclusive, taking himself on long solitary walks across the moors and fells, when a persistent, mutual friend and some very English weather conspire to bring them together. Marnie and Michael suddenly find themselves alone on the most epic of walks and on the precipice of a new friendship. But can they survive the journey? So yeah, maybe they end up as friends. I'm not too sure. We'll see as we read it. So I haven't given away any spoilers because it is literally written on the back, on the blurb. So I'm going to sit and enjoy my lovely coffee with one of my mugs from my friends. And I think she gave me this mug years ago, and because it was such a nice mug, I kept it in the packaging and I haven't opened it. And now that I'm in the new house, I was like, it's time to open this mug and actually use it. So it's the first time I'm using it, so I'm gonna have my coffee and sit and read for a few minutes before I go to work.